Yo, what's up, Chris? Sobbing Man, J-Rid, Epiphany, Rafal, Grease, Tammy, Josh, Wiz, Cape, Jazz, Graphics on a work break. Let's go. Brian, Mimic Dad, hello. Another weekend, another regional championship as we get closer and closer to Worlds in August, which means these trainers are frantically trying to get the last few championship points needed to get that Worlds qualification. What's up, J-Rex? Stockholm, one of the smaller tournaments we've had, only 100. I will be at Worlds as a spectator, Brian, yes. So I'm not going to be casting or competing, but I will be there as a finale at the end of my honeymoon. And interestingly enough, today's stream starts off at winner semifinals, which is a bit interesting. So we start off right away with Galax Bolton versus Stone Collection. Two extremely talented trainers. Galax Bolton, a regional champion from this year, and Stone Collection, previously he won the 2022 Last Chance qualifiers with a Samurott of all things. He has Shadow Sableye, Shadow Whiscash, Azumarill. They had some problems with streaming in the beginning, so they began later. Got you. Shadow Sableye, Shadow Whiscash, Azumarill, Vigoroth, Charjabug, and Skarmory. And Galax Bolton not running the Superior this time. You're from Stockholm, so you went there today? Yo, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. They have Cresselia, Altaria, Lantern, Vigoroth, Dugong, and Skeledirge. So neither trainer does have the Annihilate. One thing that I have heard is apparently there was a weird resurgence of Trevenant, which is an odd thing to happen at the 11th hour when we've gone through this whole competitive season for Trev to show back up. But apparently Trev showed back up today. So it'll be interesting to see. Vigoroth, as always, looks insanely strong. We have the Shadow Sableye on the lead versus the Altaria. Since it is the Shadow, it will be running Power Gem, which can hit for a super effective damage. And Skeledirge to the back is a massive problem for Stone Collection. Unless he's able to switch out and bait out the Skeledirge, this is looking very difficult. And he's already sacrificed so much HP on this Sableye. This is really not ideal. Look at the health on that Sableye. That Sableye is already so low. He's going to have to save switch out of here at some point. If he just stays in, then he just gets swept by the Skeledirge in the back. Immediate no-shield by Galax Bolton. Calling that it's a foul play. Galax could decide to just no-shield, but then it gets a little bit uncomfortable, so he is going to shield. No switch out from Stone is a massive surprise, and this should just be a game 1 win for Galax Bolton. In comes the Skarmory. He'll stay in because he needs switch advantage here. He needs switch advantage quite badly. I mean, the Crest doesn't really have anywhere to go, but this is a pretty safe 1v2 for the Skeledirge. In comes the Charjabug and the shake of the head by Stone Collection. He realizes an error has been made as we see the Skeledirge absolutely crushing the Charjabug. Discharge will be no-shielded as it's going to do far less than a potential Brave Bird. Galax Bolton going to be unable to get the farm down, so we are going to see the banking of 100 energy and the switch into Cresselia. And this should just be the win for Galax Bolton. He's 100 energy and he can save the shield for his Crocodile, so he should be in a winning position now. Skarmory can basically just try and Steel Wing down more or less, because you need to try and leave with 2 Sky Attacks loaded. But the issue is by the time you Steel Wing down, enough Moonblasts have landed that it's pretty close to a range where even a Disarming Voice can knock out. Moonblast does non-insignificant damage here. Climbing to Expert in GBL with Trev before the Cups rotated. Nice. But yeah, Stone has to leave with 2 moves or he just loses. And the only way to do that is by farming down, but he is just, yeah. He can go for the Sky Attack, but there is no winning this one. Galax knows, yeah, just save the shield. Undercharged by Stone. Stone's going to try and get as much farm as he possibly can. Galax would love to be able to switch out here. This Grass Knot isn't going to impact things, but he can honestly just click the Incinerate button, and it's a win. Proceeded to cue to Galaxy Hold and remix it did not go well. Oh no. And he's just gonna go for the disarming voice because it's disarming voice range. And yeah, for Stone, a pretty costly decision there to not pivot out. You definitely feel that a safe switch Chargeable could have worked quite well because Galaxy Bolton doesn't have a Gligar. Yo, that's awesome, Mark. And we got a member, G Biscuit with the Ultra member. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you supporting the content. Much appreciated, man. Was that all they showed? Oh. I guess it was just partway through a match. Alright. Maybe I showed them out of order. Okay. Alright. We found the second game. We found the second game. We're good. Thank you, man. We found the second game. We're good. I was like, where was game number 2? But we found the second game, so we're fine. Alright, Shadow Sableye into Lantern. I mean, eventually these Shadow Claws are going to add up enough to the point where it gets a little bit uncomfortable. But with the crest in the back... Yes, Tho and Inadequence are some of the European shoutcasters. He is going to no shield. This is just cap tie, and Sableye is going to win that. If you're Galax, I like the shield here because you're able to apply a ton of pressure back. Ideally, ooh, this is uncomfortable. This is a little bit awkward. Do you pivot here? We already see the pivot into the Dugong. That baits out the Charjabug, and that should basically be a really, really favorable position for Galaxy Bolton now. Should be very, very favorable. Because he's able to not only just bait this out, but with the energy lead he has, he's going to be able to make it to another Icy Wind here. Or actually, Icy Wind plus an Ice Shard won't knock out. I think he'll need Drill Run. But he can just Drill Run, get the KO, and then just win with Cresselia. And then he's in a pretty good spot. He's going to go for the Icy Wind. It doesn't quite KO, but I guess this can just set up farm for one of the other Mons, probably the Cresselia. So he's going to go for the Icy Wind. They're intentionally not KOing because he wants the farm on Cresselia. And we can see the nod there. He's saying, you know what? Yep, we're going for the farm. We're going for the farm. And he's looking at the team sheet. But with Charja and Sable out of the way, as long as it's not the Skarmory, he's in a really good spot. But he did preserve a little bit of the, as you see the Sableye being brought in here, makes it to the Moonblast. The catch onto a Azumarill. Good catch by Stone. I don't think it saves him, but he is doing what he can. He's doing what he can. Got a photo with Inadequence. Nice. Gets the Moonblast drop. Oh no. I mean, realistically, it wasn't going to affect things anyway, but that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Oh, no. Goes for the undercharge on the Thunderbolt. And he just stops tapping because he doesn't want to do any damage here. Stone's going to zero bubble this. Neither one wants to give the other one farm, so this will be a very interesting standoff. They are both going to just sit here. Oh, he leaves with a move, though. He leaves with a move. He leaves with a move. And yeah, that was an uncomfortable endgame there. But Galaxy Bolton realizing that he could leave with a move, put him in a good spot. It still takes 2 Psycho Cuts to farm down. But Galaxica Bolton able to take the series. All right, now we have, Tauntaun Batuz versus Odin. Tauntaun has Lantern, Skeledirge, Guzzlord, Poliwrath, Shadow Gligar, Cresselia. And Odin has Shadow Sableye, Vigoroth, Skarmory, Azumarill, Charjabug, and Shadow Whiscash. Honestly, like, Poly's energy goes everywhere into this team. Like, with the exception of Azumarill, Poly's energy is really nice for Tauntaun here. Alright, they are taking their time to get these teams set. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, G-Biscuit. Thank you, man. Thank you. Alright, we're set. Game number 1. Chargebug on the lead into Skeledirge. Great lead for Tauntaun Patus. Odin save switches out of here into Sableye. Answered with the Guzzlord. And the Azumarill in the bag is getting hit with Cresselia. And this just feels instantly over. Oh, the timing as well. Lets an entire Dragon Tail through. Oh boy, that's extremely unfortunate. The Power Gem will connect. Going for the Dragon Claw. And this should just pretty instantly be game over. Like, you can try as Odin to try and bubble down with the Azumarill. It's basically the only play you have. It's just like 100 Azumarill energy, but it still doesn't win you this game. Barring like a catastrophic misplay, there is nothing that can be done here. Yeah, timing on swap, yeah, under practice, but very important. We're talking about Poliwrath. We're talking about Poliwrath. Yeah, he is going for the bubble farm down. This particular play, I believe, oh, who was it? It was one of the Americans who first did this play competitively. It was, I want to say Bopper. I want to say it was Bopper who did it, where he just farmed out with the Azu, had 100 Azu energy, and was able to pull off like a miracle win with it. Yo, we got Bird dropping a 10 bomb. Welcome in. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Get those sprays going as we continue on, but this is looking pretty doomed for Odin here in game number 1. In comes the Skeledirge. Oh, man. Mexico City qualifiers still happening today. Yo, that's hype. They are having hella regionals today. That's exciting. And now we can just go for the Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice is kind of close, but it should knock out here. Like, might be an IV check. We do see the shield by Odin, but Tauntaun, I was gonna say, can just cap the move again, but he can just go for a shield and a farm down now, and he's very good. There's some tough sets today. Oh, dang, Bastionet. That's unfortunate. But yeah, goodbye, Chargebug. So Tauntaun with the skillful RPS in game number 1. Like, Sableye is so good into Tauntaun's team, but if the Guzzlord is there, then it just can't do anything. So game 1 goes to Tauntaun. Yeah, EUIC champion, World's top 16, Gdansk regional finalist, Stuttgart top 4. Oh, like, line reading to a certain extent is a skill, but I do think as well, there's a little part of it where there's still the, oh, we see Lantern on the lead into the Chargebug. Okay, this is a very fine lead. Like, Lantern, like Spark Lantern can win zeros here. Oh, that's a Water Gun Lantern. A Water Gun Lantern kind of claps this thing. Water Gun Lantern kind of claps this thing. Water Gun Lantern is actually wicked into this Pokemon. Yeah. Water Gun Lantern bullies the hell out of Chargebug. I was not expecting Water Gun. Take a peek at the back. He has Skeledirge and he has Guzzlord. And there's an Azu. Oh no. He ran so weak to Azumarill. He ran so weak to Azumarill. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tries for a catch, but he's mid-volt switch. Yeah, Azu's gonna fry this man. Because like Dirge can win zeros versus Azu, but in the 2s, the bubble damage is just gonna do way too much. Does he just bubble down with Azu here? Sends in the cash. Interesting. Gets 3 mud shots. This just Guzz. Goes for a mud bomb. Tauntaun never shields this. And then could honestly do like 2 and a switch here maybe. to try and throw off the timing and make Tauntaun overtap. Ooh, the switch out into the Azumarill. He sends in the Skeledirge. And this is really, really tough for Tauntaun. This should just be a game loss, probably. Goes for the Ice Beam. Because at this point, honestly, the biggest issue Tauntaun's going to have is just the bubble damage. So going for the cheaper move, even though it's less efficient, makes quite a bit of sense. All right, he's going to fire off the Disarming Voice bait. Called by Odin. Oh, man. A ball landing there would have been nice. Because a ball landing plus the Incinerates, and you're cooking a little bit. That call by Odin, yeah, that slams the door on any chance. Yo, what's up, Speedy? Speedy, big climb into Expert. Let's go, dude. Yo, what's up, Dallas? Now he goes for the Shadow Ball. I actually don't like the Shadow Ball decision there. But I guess Odin's double shielding no matter what. Because he knows, like, he can just shield and bubble down. So, it just makes sense. Like, you just have to hope that Odin makes a mistake and throws a move or switches, but doesn't. So, that's the game. Gets to go for the player up 1-1. Yeah, his team across the board, he has a lot of stuff very weak to Azumarill. So Azumarill is kind of just a nightmare matchup for him. Like, even Water Gun Lantern isn't amazing there. So for Odin, it's kind of just keep bringing the Azumarill, and if it can dodge the Cress, he's going to be in a good spot. Well, I mean, Lantern, even with Water Gun, like, there's still Thunderbolts, but Azu puts up way better of a fight if there's not Spark, so... Just led Charger. This is it's a Bony. Honestly, could do a lot worse than just leading Lantern again because it's so neutral into everything. Like, Water Gun Lantern is actually really fucking neutral into Odin's team. All right, leads are set. Cresselia, Shadow Sableye, not a good matchup here. As Sableye does with the pacing advantage. It's the save switch into the Water Gun Lantern. Odin just gonna stay in here because Shadow Sable probably just wins twos because you have the pacing advantage and you eventually probably do enough Shadow Claw damage that a foul play KOs. That lands. Okay. We already see the shield, yeah, because Odin... Oh, Odin has Scarf in the back! He said you don't get to play Cresselia. He said you don't get to play Cresselia. Oh, no. Oh, no. And it's Gly in the back. Oh, no, chat. Look away. Look away. There's about to be a dead body on screen, chat, and his name is Gligar Skarmory Core. Sorry, the Gligar Crest Core, courtesy of our good friend Skarmory. Oh no. Yikes. In comes the Gligar. This is a certified you can't run that weak to Skarmory moment. He just brings in the Azumarill because he doesn't want to show him that he has it. And there's the Skarmory. There's the Skarmory. Yeah. Oh, and he just stops tapping. Oh, no. He looks very displeased. But, I mean... Oh, boy. Why run ABA to Skarmory, man? Why would, like, it feels bad, but he did it to himself. He led ABA to Skarmory. It's like when Arrow had a Zard lead with, what was it, like a Mantine in the back or something? And he led into a Lantern. Like, The only person you have to blame in this moment is your ABA line call. Like, I struggle to feel bad because it's an ABA team getting punished. Like, it sucks for Tauntaun. I know he's had a tough season, but running hard ABA to Gligar, like, you can run soft, like you can run soft ABA to Skarm with like a Gligar Lickitung, but that's hard ABA. That's hard ABA. That is rough. Oh, we got a Magnezone. Yeah, like, it's one of those choices that if you get it right, you look like a 5-head, and if you get it wrong, everyone's like, bro, what were you cooking? Okay, we have Palasha, Shadow Magnezone, fresh off the 4th place at EUIC, Cresselia, Shadow Whiscash, Mantine, Skeledirge, and Altaria, and Sanjudigo with Cresselia, Annihilate, Lantern, Lickitung, Shadow Gligar, and Shadow Whiscash. So, Sanjudigo, less weak than most teams to Magnezone. Most teams, at least at EUIC, were like 5x weak to the thing. My biggest worry looking at this is Licky seems like, looking at this team, Licky seems obnoxiously safe. Obnoxiously safe. That was Andres, I believe, Gruson. Oh, dominant US regionals. Oh, that was Greenish. Also known as Cindy. She competed at the most recent Canada one, if I'm not mistaken, and did pretty decently. And Sanjudigo has Future Sight, Night Slash. I mean, at this point, the surprise would be Ice Punch. Everyone's on Night Slash just for pacing purposes. Or maybe Bird Power, yeah. I don't know if Bird Power has been to regionals as of late. Okay, good lead for Palasha here. See the save switch into the Shadow Gligar. Oh, his Bird Power got you. Okay. Yeah, this pivot is very uncomfortable because Palasha just did Mantine in the back. Could potentially try and just... Because Shadow Glide wins 2s here, right? As long as you don't have a super bad one. So, makes it a bit uncomfortable. Could just send it... Oh, that's a... Okay. Bait the Magnezone. Yeah, bait the Magnezone. Like, as the Gligar player, you should basically always be baiting the Magnezone. I say as a man who tried to call a lot of baits and was unsuccessful. I'm very surprised that... in that instance there, I guess she's trying to Volt Switch it into Mirror Shot range. Like a Mirror Shot and a Farm Down, potentially. And being able to make double Wild Charge versus the Ape, I think, is her play. She would actually probably love a slight Undercharge here to see that this doesn't KO. Or maybe the full Mirror Shot does not KO. It does KO. See, I think a slight Undercharge would have been a little better. But, oh, the catch on the Lickitung. Just throwing it away. Just throwing away the Lickitung. Wild Charge here, and there's more where that came from, as we're going to see Wild Charge number 2. But this potentially sets up Sanjudigo to sweep with Annihilate. Ooh, the Undercharge and the Snipe. Oh, that's such a beautiful Undercharge. That's such a beautiful Undercharge there. Oh my goodness. And he knows he needs 2 moves, so he's going for a Night Slash plus a Shadow Ball, going for the Night Slash first. She's going for Grass Knot. This isn't quite Grass Knot range, but it's not far off. It's not far off by any means. So we're going to see a shield. And then Sanjudigo can overfarm a decent amount here. Like 2 past the ball. Nice counting. Nice counting. This is awkward because I don't think Altaria has a lot of energy. And the Magnezone's 1 HP. And Sanjudigo has a 2 counter head start, so she has to be within 11 dBs of a move, and she's not, so she loses barring a catch. Because he gets low, but the clock isn't up. The clock isn't up. And right here is why 4-turn and 5-turn moves are bad. Because Sanjudigo's at 1 HP, the Magnezone has more... Oh, it's a tie! It's a tie! I thought one counter was going to KO there, but if, let's say, Volt Switch was a 2-turn move with the same stats, Palasha wins instead of that being a tie. But that is the higher turn duration moves have typically have better stats to try and give incentive to use it, but being the long turn duration is always bad. It is just always bad at a high level. Like, you have no flexibility with when you catch and stuff like that. And in that instance, you have 4 turns to register like 1 HP of damage. Yeah. Like, if it's 2-turn, Palasha still wins. At the very least, it just goes to a rematch here. But yeah. Surge in Shadow Magnezone, almost every team is very weak to it. It's good if the opponent lets sneaks through, but at a high level, that will never happen. Spark Zone would win that. Pepe laugh. Oh, Spark. But you just can't realistically, like, you can't realistically count on your opponent throwing on poor timing as a win con at this level. You just can't. Like, people should be aware enough of mechanics and understanding that throwing on alignment is literally just going to lose them game after game after game. So they're not going to do that shit. But now we're back where we started, which is a little bit uncomfortable. Shadow Gligar into Cresselia. Very neutral. I would typically prefer to be the Gligar in this matchup, but very, very neutral. So we take a peek in the back. Oh, no. That Lantern in the back. That Lantern in the back is so rough. Oh, no. That Lantern in the back. This line by Sanjudigo is just Shadow Magnezone. Yeah, exactly. Shadow Magnezone disrespect. Because Shadow Gligar is not good in a Shadow Magnezone. Like, he just said, nah, there's no way you are bringing that Pokemon again. Because if he wants to, he can shield massively over farm here and be in a pretty nice spot. Because eventually you can wing attack it into ace range. It's not quite an ace range yet, as at the time of me saying that, but with more and more fast moves, it actually can get into ace range. This is close, but it should knock out. Where do you see this shield by Palasha because it was a cap tie? So even though he has 2 moves, he doesn't get to use both moves. So now it's how badly does Sanjudigo want Switch? Switch wins him the game instantly. He decides to let it through. The Grass Knot does not KO. Snipes with Altaria, but this just gives Sanjudigo the alignment he wants because he can just put Cress on this. Or does he make the read? Does he make the read? He's thinking about it. Does he go? Oh, he brings in the Lantern! He brings in the Lantern! Life for Palasha! Oh my goodness. I honestly like the no shield by Palasha here. Just trying not to... Like, if you shield a Bolt there, it kind of... Oh no, there's the switch! He makes the read. I was going to say, trying not to... like, clue him into the fact that you're so weak to this Mon in the back. But this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Going for the Sky Attack. Sanjudigo doesn't get his energy. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't say it eloquently. Yeah. In comes the Mantine, and you are never shielding this Mantine ever in the history of life. But this just sets up a billion Lantern farm, so Sanjudigo should still win. Because if you're Palasha, you literally just commit to the farm down. Because you're just trying to throw away this Mantine. You're just trying to throw away this Mantine as fast as you possibly can. Just get rid of it. This is no longer a Pokemon in the game. We even took it out of the Pokédex. Just get rid of it. Gets it to 1 HP. Throws energy. Could have been a Simul there. Simul would have honestly been better. Because this just, again, gives Sanjudigo farm. Which is really not what you want. I think a Simul would have been better for her. I'm happy to hear that, Reese. I'm happy to hear that. Sending in the Altaria, but... Oh, boy. Yeah, you can just surf here. And there's not really an amazing way to win this. Going for that Sky Attack. Count check? Does he know? He knows! He knows, and he's like, Psycho Cut does no damage. Grow up. Psycho Cut does no damage. And that's a win for San Judigo. That's a win for San Judigo. Zamazenta from AR encounters? What are you talking about, J-Hood? I have not heard about that. That would be hype, though. Like, it's close, but Lantern was healthy enough that it could live the Dragon Breaths. And now it almost feels like she's pressured to bring the zone. So if you're San Judigo, then do you run like Ape Cash Core? Zamazenta hasn't been in raids in ages. I'd love to max one for a Masters. Yo, I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you so much, man. Oh, there it is! Pressure to bring the back to zone, and there's the cash. So weak in the back to zone. The thing is that a Shadow Wild Charge still does very well. I'm happy that it was able to be resolved. In case anyone else has that issue, do you know what ended up being the thing that helped to restore your access? But I'm very happy that you were able to get access back, because that sounds mad frustrating. Go for the slam. Slam, of course, doesn't knock out here. Yo, what's up, Neo? But the goal is just to continue to get the crest lower and lower and lower. Can't make 2 moves before the next slam is reached, so just going for the harder hitting Future Sight. San Judigo can no-shield, because even if you no-shield this, it's not like you're getting Psycho Cut down, right? Like, very, very comfortable no-shield. We'll have to throw here. Yeah, that is very good counting. I'm not too familiar with San Judigo as a battler, but so far their mechanics have been very good. And that's a very good sign for tournament success, is newcomers with very consistent mechanics. If they bring in the cash, I mean, you can honestly just stay in here and wild charge, because it does so much to Cash's health, man. It does so much to Cash's health. Doesn't wild charge. I actually think that's a mistake by Palasha to not stay into wild charge, just because that does so much damage, and then you're forcing yourself to wild charge in the end game, and wild charging in the end game, of course, is a little bit awkward. Okay, she does get the shield call right, but this is still very much an uphill battle. Top cutting a lot recently, solid battler, yeah. I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm really liking his play style. Very much liking his play style. Double shield. Fuck it, we ball. Yeah. Actually, I think I take everything back. Can she combo with a mirror shot now? No, because it's 3. She's only done 2 volt switches ever. Could still switch though. Doesn't switch. Press the left bottom button and then a few seconds later click back into the game. Oh, that's wild. Future Sight lands. In comes the Scald Merchant. Makes the blast. Blast does a lot, but it doesn't KO here. The switch into zone. Immediate Mud Bomb. This is tough, because I think he makes a Mud Bomb into ult, and Mud Bomb plus the Psycho Cuts, I think, will KO. Does he actually get the Scald? He's trying for it. Oh, DRE! DRE! Oh, no, DRE! I did not want to risk that, man. That's, oh, God. Goes for the DRE. It pays off. And San Judigo advances. Oh, my goodness. That's damage registration error. It's where he reached the move at the same time as the and clicked the move at the same time that the Dragon Breath knocked out, but the charge attack took priority. OKC or Dallas? I cannot in good conscience root for a team that employs Josh Giddey, so I'm gonna say Dallas. All right, Scafo versus Hebe, I imagine, or Kibi. I'm gonna say Hebe. We have Annihilate, Shadow Wizcash, Dugong, Shadow Gligar, Charjabug, and Scoffo was running Crunch on Charjabug at a previous regional, I think. So that's something to watch for. And Altaria. And Hebe with the, Inadequance-inspired core of Wigglytuff plus Giratina. He has Vigoroth, but he has Skarmory, something that is not Inadequance-inspired. And then the Lantern and the Annihilate. I love the I will RPS your ass team. All right, we're locked in. Wiggles lead into Charjabug. Okay. I mean, the more shields that are used, the better it is for the Wigglytuff. Save switch out into the Shadow Cache. Shadow Cache can throw instantly and it'll be good timing. Yeah, very nice. Nah, Gira plus double normal core. Too devious. It's too devious. That does so much damage. Sends in the Annihilate. Annihilate got one turn switch. Can Mud Bomb first. Chooses not to. Interesting. Gets off the Scald. We're gonna see a no shield. 13 verse, hold on. 13 verse 15 in what context? Oh, he is on Crunch X Scissor. Unfortunately timed there. Could have got one more counter, but he is Crunch X Scissor, which is really interesting. All right, he is Glide in the back. Oh, and it's Scarf in the back. He is getting RPS'd. He is getting RPS'd. Cast throwing instantly. Actually, you're right, yeah. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I'm gonna blame it on staying up late last night looking at the Aurora Borealis and driving to find the Aurora Borealis, and not on skill issue. Yeah, he is. He has cooked up some truly devious RPS in this one. But Skarm is just such a good get out of jail free card for if your opponent has a Gligar, because Gligar's energy is unwallable in the meta by anything that isn't named Skarmory. Yo, we got Bert with the Ultra League membership. Thank you so much for supporting the content, man. I appreciate you. But that's part of why, and also Skarm's energy and like Steel Wing as a whole are largely unresisted across the meta. Like if we, and then he just snipes with the charms. Charm went through, easy shield, easy game. Yo, what's up, Phoenix? But RPS means rock, paper, scissors. It's basically like a game decided off alignment, not off of skillful play. That's why I think in this current meta, it feels so bad to have a Gligar in the back. Like, if they have a Skarmory, it really feels like Gligar has to be a lead. Because as a lead, like, even if you lead Gligar into Skarmory, the game isn't over. Because you can still leverage energy, bank moves, snipe things later. Like, there's dynamic play. Whereas it feels like a lot of people are, or at least so far in this tournament, we've seen a lot of people against Skarm teams put Gligar in the back, and unless you have something that is consistently baiting out the Skarm, which Scoffo, outside of an Altaria pivot, which you can't really do versus a Wigglytuff team, he doesn't have something that can consistently neutrally bait out Skarmory. So it is, I just really don't like keeping Gligar in the back there. It genuinely feels like you are just rolling the dice and then like betting on horse racing. Like you are flipping the coin, putting your tournament life in the hands of out of your control and in the hands of fate. So I really don't like that line by Scoffo. And we saw, I mean, Tauntaun ran hard ABA to Skarmory, but he also had the Gligar in the back. Like, if you have Gligar on the lead, it's so much more flexible. Or even in an end game, if you save 2 shields for your closer, you can potentially snipe with energy and actually get use out of the Gligar energy, whereas the Gligar energy got no usage. He now leads the Giratina, leads it into Dugong, save switch into the Skarmory. He's going to stay in here. If he throws instantly, it will be on alignment due to the 1-turn switch. So he is actually going to over farm and throw on good timing there, which is nice. And then does he just send in Cash now? Because this Icy Wind landing should put it in Scald range and it's debuff, so he knows that he can live 1. So he's just going to send in the Cash. Goes for the Brave Bird, but you don't have to care as the Whiscash. Like, it does hurt, but you don't have to shield this if you don't want to. Brave Bird will connect. Go for the Scald instantly. In our chat, we have a wide variety of a range. Like, I know Driftblimmin was like, I'm pretty sure close to page 1 boards recently, if I'm not mistaken. And we have some people who are watching who are also newer as well. So we have a wide variety of skill level watching today. And experience as well. Gira gets nice farm, and like Gira's energy goes everywhere into Scafo's team. But Wiggles versus... This should still just be a win for Scafo. Like, you aren't winning the 2s as the... You aren't winning the 2s as the Gligar, but you can get it low enough. Page 1 all week, trying to get up 3400s. Nice. Yo, what's up, T-Leave? And that's honestly... Oh, this... That's a really nice simul switch. That's a really nice simul switch. 100 points from Legend. Yo, Phoenix is cooking. Let's go. Thorn says he is washed rank. I'm pretty sure if you just run Gyarados, then suddenly the Elo will reappear. I have full faith. I have full faith. But yeah, so we have a wide variety of skill level, from people who are trying to hit rank 20 for the first time and break 2000 to people who have all the way hit Legend and who are on leaderboards. But yeah, but that's the nice thing, is we can all kind of like encourage each other, like push each other to like hit new personal highs and stuff like that. That is a very kind endorsement, Driftblimmin. Thank you. And now, yeah, just easy Dugong farm. Interestingly enough, he does throw it here. I guess worried about getting... I think he could have lived 2 charms, but he just doesn't want to risk it. So this will actually be kind of close now. Oh my god, the Giratina wins. Oh my... I think... Hold on. I'm going to rewind this. I think he might have had to risk the... Because I think he lives 2 charms there. Like two additional charms, because 2 more Ice Shards KO. It would have been really close, but I think that's what he had to commit to there. I think that's what he had to commit to. But the Wigglytuff, proving to be too wicked in the 2 shield. Literally just give it 2 shields. And it low-key sauteed Scafo there. Yeah, that is tough. Yeah, that is tough for Scafo. Yo, what's up, Smudgy? How's it going, homie? If you type exclamation point Discord, or if someone types exclamation point Discord, a Discord link should pop up. Yo, you got this, Josh. Learn how to count moves, never who much he was holding me back. Yeah, it is, honestly, it feels a little bit like a light switch going off when you're like, oh my goodness. Yo, the homie Matt Beer, fellow streamer, and the homie Matt Beer running Cresselia, Skarmory, Shadow Sableye, Altaria, Vigoroth, and Lantern. Mr. Matt Beer, Moonblast Cresselia, Power Gem Shadow Sableye. Very standard. Let's go, Matt. And we have a non-Shadow Poliwrath from Dinoski. No Power-Up Punch. Scald Icy Wind. Non-Shadow does do better versus Gligar. And he has a lot of stuff soft to Gligar, so I think it makes sense. Yo, that's awesome, Smudgy. Yo, what's up, Drew? All right, game 1. RPS God, Matt Beer 8-7 winning the lead. Dinoski has some good checks, though. Sends in Charjabug. Responded with the Altaria. I have to wonder if... I guess he's just relying on trying to sweep with Poly in this endgame. I think he's just trying to sweep with Poly. I was surprised to not see Poly be the safe switch here. Look at the mechanics. Mr. Matt Beer. His mechanics are too devious, chat. His mechanics are too devious. Look at that perfect timing. I love perfect timing. I will say that 1,000 times. It's my favorite to watch. Good charge attack timing is like that scene in Ratatouille. And Matt lets himself get as low as possible as well. Let's go, Matt. He's cooking. He's cooking. He's cooking, chat. He's cooking. Tabovini, nice. I still haven't Elite TM'd mine for Great League because my Great League one isn't amazing. I'm hoping to try and trade for a better one. Dinoski wanting to outpace, and in doing so, it forces him to throw on alignment, so giving a free Steel Wing to the Skarmory here. But Skarm's energy, if Matt just over farms here, ooh, Wrath will be interesting in the back. Wrath will be, yeah, it's definitely not over because Wrath can probably sweep here. But the more shields that are down, the better it is for Matt. Sends in the Vigoroth. Energy lead is good for him here. Energy lead is good for him. The counters are like Vigoroth. I'm much more used to the Vigoroth for Shadow Poly matchup. Let's see how much the Slam does. Okay, the Slam doesn't do a ton. Slam doesn't do a ton. He really needs to shield something, so he has to shield here and then just peel the shields away. Because if you can peel the shields away, it's a lot more playable. But, oh, this is actually just a win for Dinoski. Because he's not Steel Winging down a normal Poly. And there's a move loaded on Guz. I thought this was looking pretty good, but I did not look at Matt's backline for the sake of transparency. I did not look at Matt's backline, and Vigoroth, Skarm Core into Poly. That was a nice read by Dinoski. It's a nice read by Dinoski. Yeah, he just goes, yeah, you just can never get enough energy here as Matt. Because Guz has a move banked. So Guz is a move banked. Yeah. Unfortunate for Matt. Matt will fight back though. I believe. Come on, Mr. Matt Beer. I really feel like in between rounds, Matt and only Matt should be allowed to just chug a beer. No other competitors, but if you have beer in your name, that they should legally allow you to just chug a beer and then hop into game 2. Lantern into Poliwrath. Save switch Charjabug. Answer with Altaria again. But this time, the alignment is alignmenting for Matt here. He goes for the Sky Attack because he doesn't want to give farm. We see the shield by Dinoski. Ooh, the bait. Matt shields the bait. Might change my name to this Saturday for the next regional. I'd just like to say that that is not an official thing. It should be, but it's not. Alt is just so dominating in a Charjabug, man. In comes the Guzzlord. I mean, Guzzlord has a lot of play up energy into Vigoroth. Like, Guzzlord can definitely make your life uncomfortable. It's kind of like Annihilate. I mean, Annihilate, at the very least, is its charge attacks are walled, but still, like, this Brutal Swing does a lot. Like, it does a lot there. Switch into the Wrath, banks the energy. But Dinoski can potentially manage Guzzlord energy very carefully and still win this. But Matt doesn't have to shield this and shouldn't shield this. Because he just can't give a billion farm to the Guzzlord. So it's a very careful song and dance here as he does not get the debuff. Between trying to overfarm as much as possible, but also limiting the potential Guzzlord farm. He is just going to go for a full charge here. So he just wants it gone. He just wants it out of the way. This does set up the Guz, which is a little awkward. But Bolt does enough that you can just counter down after. Yeah, and Clock will be up. He's not going to... Yeah, he's going to try for it. Simul? The Simul! I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see today. A Guzzlord getting neutrally fast moved down. That thing has HP for days, man. Top 8 Liverpool, top 16 EUIC. Dinoski, Stuttgart regional finalist. EUIC top 32, EUIC top 16, and Utrecht special event top 16. Vigoroth on the lead versus Skarmory. Okay. This is definitely like one of the meta's healthiest neutral dynamics is Vig into Skarm. Because it's... Although, oh boy, that Cresselia is looking difficult in the back. That Cresselia is definitely looking difficult in the back. Oh, he catches on the Lantern. Dinoski not patient. And he wastes a ton of energy. Going for a Sky Attack here. It's a ballsy catch. Saying no Guzzlord. And there's no Guzzlord. He had to bait it out. If there was a Guzzlord there, he just loses. The game's over. There's nothing more he can do to win the game. But there's no Guzzlord, calling that he benched the Guzzlord. And now that combined with the unfortunately careless play by Dinoski, Matt's in a really solid position here. And when I say stuff like this, I don't say it to be like, wow, this battler's terrible. Obviously, Dinoski's an amazing battler. But it's something that I've done in my own gameplay as well. Like sometimes when you wait a turn and then you throw the move anyway, even though you don't see their fast move, like it's just kind of playing on autopilot. And that's what Dinoski was doing there. And in doing so, he's now made it way harder for him to win because he wasn't at 100% concentration. Whereas if he could do it again and know what was coming, he never would have thrown that Sky Attack. Sends in the Vigoroth. Just goes for the slam. He has energy, but do you really want to shield this low health of a Cresselia when Vig's just going to match shields back? Saves the energy. Brings in Chargia. Again, answered with Altaria. Oh, boy. Well, the interesting thing is... Yeah, the frame drops on Android have been horrific. It's a wide variety of stuff. But oftentimes, the most effective strategies rise to the top. So there was someone who entered this tournament with the Hisuian Electrode, which is very cool. But they only made top 32. So they weren't able to make it to a winner's semis. So people do enter these tournaments running very cool stuff. And sometimes it wins. But unfortunately, it's very infrequently. Because the people are usually pretty aware of what is good in a meta. For Necrozma, yes, I am. Ends up throwing instead of committing to a farm down there. I think he could have got that farm down. I was yapping a little bit, but I think he could have got that farm down. Yeah, and Matt's... I mean, Matt is running out of HP here. You just shield so the Steel Wing goes through? Matt throws again. And Dinoski now needs to try and Psycho Cut down. This is going to be close, man. This is going to be close. He has to try and Psycho Cut down. Can he get there? He cannot! He cannot! Oh, no! 1 HP on the Vigoroth. Oh, my goodness. That is as close of a game as you can get. That is as close of a game as you can get. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, Mark, I think Electivire could be very fun in this meta. A certain chatter in here named SS Thorn is also a big fan of Electivire. Wow, that Vigoroth refusing to die. All right, chat. We have our first Trev sighting of the day from Blondin. I believe he's a French battler. Has the double Ghost Threat with Trevenant and Annihilate, Lantern, Shadow, Alolan Sandslash, Diggersby, and the Altaria. Okay, this is someone thinking outside the box. Someone thinking outside the box here. I love Diggersby. Give it Ice Punch, please. And we have Alejandro, formerly Whiskey. Shadow Iskash, Skarmory, Gligar, Vigoroth, Altaria, and Lantern. I don't mind Trev. Noctowl can stay dead forever. And then, yep, Night Slash and Annihilape, Shadow Claw, Golden Sand Slash, Mudshot, Scorching Sands, Hyper Beam. So no quick attack on Diggersby. This line as a whole is very, very soft to Gligar. Like, if I'm attacking this line, I'm playing Gligar every game. Oh, he's Water Gun though. Hold on. Much less weak to Gligar with Water Gun. So this is the second time we've seen Water Gun. Second time we've seen Water Gun. I just glossed over the Lantern because there's never anything different. Trev knocked out a Lantern. Yeah, it was just you hard won or hard lost games based off alignment a lot of the time. There usually wasn't a tremendous amount of flexible play, with the exception of a couple things like Diggersby. Yeah, Diggersby with Ice Punch would be super neutral. It would be amazing. Yes, this is our first Trev sighting of the day. And as every Vigoroth player gets to do, he now gets to play the Dodge the Annihilape game. Vigoroth is insanely good into everything in this meta that isn't named Annihilape. Alright, game number 1. Matchups are set. Annihilape on the lead. Into the Vigoroth! Oh no! Oh no! Disaster strikes. Lantern Save Twitch met with the Trevenant. And it all goes wrong in a blink of an eye. Oh my. This is the Trevenant experience, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Trevenant experience. You just get shut down. Hard RPS. Nothing you can do. Oh boy. Drop 21 points after going 12-8. Yeah, that is the page 1 experience, unfortunately. And it's A-slash in the back for the Gligar. I mean, if Gligar gets like a fat energy lead, it can potentially flip it. But you need like a 3 wing attack head start that Blondin's never going to give you. RPS God Trev reporting for duty. And you have to bring in Vig. Yeah, Mark, on page 1, almost all your Qs are like 100+ point down pairs, so you can go negative for a 3-2. Which is super fun. It is my favorite thing ever. And he just goes Gligar, but he just switches instantly, and then he just can never outpace in the 2s. Oh, it's Powder Snow! Oh, no, it's Powder Snow! Oh, boy. This is what happens when you run an RPS Pokemon. A-slash is so, like, A-slash is the literal definition of alignment dependent nonsense. And in this case, it was very positive alignment for Blondin. I once had, when I was page 1 in Master League, I once had a +3 for a 4-1. Basti isn't typically played in these tournaments. Like, we see it, but very rarely. Skarm on the lead. Into Lantern! Blondin, the RPS god! Vigoroth save switch answered with ult. Oh, but Alejandro just flipped switch here. Vig should win 2 straight slam. It is RPS is like rock paper scissors. It means the game decided off alignment, not off of skill. But yeah, I mean, you win 2 straight slams, so you're in a good spot here. He now goes for the rock slide. Some sad slash hated this community. Yeah, well, you see, I would like it more if it wasn't objectively terrible. I would like it more if it wasn't objectively terrible. And this is from someone who avoided it for a very long time. This season, I only barely started to play it again in Ultra. I won't touch it in Great. Trev in the back, but now... Like, Trev's energy is really, really good into Alejandro's team. He doesn't throw the seed bomb, which is a little interesting. So he has to either has to double shield or let the rock slide land, and that does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, he's forced to throw, so I would have liked to see him throw before the rock slide was reached there. Yeah, Wadaj was cooking when he said A slash is actually awful. I don't understand how anyone could be playing it. He was cooking. He was cooking. Vig is a little bit along that same line, but at least there's literally only one Pokemon that RPS is Vig, and it's the Annihilate. There's a lot that RPS is A slash. This all comes down to, does a Moonblast get shielded? Oh, he's baiting him. Alejandro, call it, man. He shields! No! Oh, man. Oh, man. He's baiting him. He's fighting for his life out here. He's baiting back. Blondin shields the Sky Attack. Bolt does a lot. Alt can live the Bolt. Can't get the Moonblast. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is unfortunate. And yeah, Skarm's cooked here. He gets the Surf. Does it land when straight Thunderbolt one shield? I know there's some interesting Altaria tech to help with the Lantern matchup. So of that, I'm not 100% sure. But I know that if you're the Lantern, shielding the blast should guarantee you the win. We didn't get to see Diggersby that round. I'm hoping in his next round we get to see Diggersby. To be 100% honest, I don't run a lot of Lantern, and I don't run a lot of Altaria, so... Ooh, Lurgan versus Pablo. This would be a good matchup. Lurgan. He seemed frustrated, but I can't blame him, man. Horrific, horrific leads. Yeah, the Nut is a referee. Yep. Absolutely horrific leads. Alright, Dugong, Shadow Gligar, Annihilate, Licky, Crest, Lantern, Pablo, Licky, Charjabug, Vigoroth, Shadow Glide, Lantern, and Altaria. Bro, the Europeans love Lantern so much. We're gonna start a dialogue about this Lantern love. Oh, no, Emmy. I think in Show 6, there's a decent amount of skill involved, but there is also a definite luck component. Yo, what's up, Kishav? I think at like the highest level, people have skill, but it's... You're watching my battle against Caleb Peng? Which one? Which one? Is it the one where we have dueling Annihilates and I lose because I get one turn bring in? Is it that one? Cause that game made me very sad. Oh, okay. I was like, that game made me incredibly sad. I was on stream and I was like, please don't get one turn bring in. And I got one turn bring in. And then I ended up losing because of it. I think he got a boost as well, but realistically, if I just don't get one turn bring in, then I would have been fine, because I could have got damage on whatever thing he had in the back that was weak to fighting. But that was the stream where I was testing out my new Annihilate that wins cap tie over like every other Annihilate. He hard pivots here, but Gly is... He's able to throw first. Yeah, we have battled quite a bit. He's definitely had the upper hand this season. It's been some... What's your advice on reading the meta at the top of the leaderboard? My best advice is people run extremely stupid shit, and you can also get away with running some very stupid shit. Ooh, this KOing will come down to the fact of whether... I think he has a wing attack breakpoint Gligar. And it does KO. This is your second season? Nice. That's awesome. Now it's Licky versus Cress here. I know Lurgan has a very good Cress. It's not the rank 1 Cress, but... Also, Lurgan, if I'm not mistaken, has the... Oh, we see the switch out. Gets the X-Scissor. That's a bit of a complicating factor. Lurgan has to shield this. Lurgan, if I'm not mistaken, based on his Lickitung combat power and the fact that it's best buddied, it should be the 6-15-15 best buddy. Take the day off. That's not a terrible idea, yeah. The day after Christmas 2023. On boards, I often have the best success with truly unreadable teams. If I publish a video on a team, it stops working on boards, but... If I don't publish a video and people don't know what I'm running, then I have a lot of success with it. But yeah. Any framed ups? No. And you may notice they don't have the new backgrounds. They set up a like, someone tweeted out, they set up like a specialized game state where the backgrounds are gone, and then like I think the GPS is also disabled because they were having mad tournament issues to start out with. So they set up like a specialized game state for this tournament where, if you notice, the new backgrounds are not on. So there's been basically no lag, which has been good. He gets the catch onto the Gligar. Very nice catch by Lurgan. Undercharged by Pablo, but yeah. And he gets the Moonblast. You submitted the team to some YouTubers? Nice. I haven't checked my submission form in a couple days. I will have to check on that this weekend. Hundo Dino? Yo, that's a nice reward there. That catch by Lurgan was wicked. Well done, Lurgan. Well done. Yeah. Yeah, if there's a setting to toggle it off, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Alright. Shadow Gligar versus Altaria. It should hopefully be the next competitive season I will get to return, Dan. Because they brought me on mid-season just for the 2 casts in January. But I'm hoping once the new season starts in September that I will be on more at that point. Shadow Zone, nice. I will check that out. I will check that out. Because I've been focusing on getting a lot of videos done, which, by the way, I am so far ahead of schedule right now. I am very pleased with it. Where I have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday videos already recorded, edited, and uploaded. I was cooking last night. I was cooking getting these videos done. Oh my goodness. Absolutely cooking. I will be in Hawaii, but it'll just be, I'll be there as a spectator because I'm going to Hawaii for my honeymoon. So we're just going to stop by at the end of our honeymoon. Yes, the Scizor is one of them, yes. The threat of a dig forces Pablo's energy. Peeking at 3580 ELO. Nice, that's awesome. Lickitung versus Lickitung, my favorite matchup in the game. Pablo's up a shield, but he should lose because it's just press into Lantern in the back. But yeah, as we take a peek at Lurgan's Licky here, we do see the best buddy ribbon, so he should have the 6-15-15. Rank, it is the level 51 best buddy Licky. The highest anyone's ever gotten is like in the 38s. During the events where Lickitung spawns, and since Lickitung is a Kanto event is spawning right now, having a tier 3 mega active that shares the typing of the Lickitung is going to be a good way to do it. And then once you catch the Lickitung, holding on to them in your Pokemon box, and then when the season rotates in June, they'll re-add the bonus where any trade gives a Candy XL, and then you could just trade them all away and then get a Candy XL every time you trade it away. So that's typically how people will get the XLs, was they'll catch them with the tier 3 mega active that shares the typing, and then they'll hold on to them for every other season they have it where any trade gives a Candy XL of the Mon that you're trading away. Yeah, this is still very much Lurgan's game to lose. Yeah, that's one thing that I like, and why it was so nice that they killed Metacham, was if we look across this meta, the only XL Pokemon is Lickitung, and Lickitung has fallen in usage quite substantially. Like, the Europeans love Lickitung, so they're running it a lot, but on the NA side of things, Lickitung has fallen off precipitously, and the fact that you're no longer having to deal with a lot of the top Mons being XL is really nice. Now it's literally only one. It's Licky, whereas Medi being gone is very nice from an accessibility perspective. Oh, the snipe! That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Low Punny is one, Melissa, yes. It doesn't KO, and also Pidgeot. And also Pidgeot. Him throwing the Spark here is a mistake because I don't think he gets this move off. I think the Lick KOs. Yeah, he lost energy there. That was a very unfortunate misplay by Pablo. And, oh, and Kangaskhan as well. Got you. I have 2 XL Metachams built. The regular and a Slayer, and I'm still happy that it's bad now. Lurgan does it. Well done, Lurgan. That is not Pablo Dinas. I don't know why it says Pablo, but that's not Pablo Dinas. Yo, we have Lankern here with a Shadow for Alligator. And it's Ice Beam too. I always forget about Kanga. Ooh, oh no. He still Hydros here. But I guess Hydroing should allow Hydro plus an Ace to KO. Unless he got 2 counter. Okay, he only got 1 counter in, so we can just Ace instantly and knock out here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Honestly, I don't think Ape has deemed other fighters as useless, because we've seen Vigoroth perform extremely well, and that's a counter user as well. And that's something that it should, in theory, completely destroy. Ooh, oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. He thought it would KO. It doesn't. Now he has to shield or get knocked out. There's a lot of energy to lose. And Wrath Flip Switch. Gator farms down. Yeah, no farm down there is really tough for Lankern. And now we have, oh my god, bitch lasagna. Actual bitch lasagna. Ice Beam. And then you just go Dugong. He goes Energy Ball here. The ult is pretty close to a Sky Attack. Ooh, this is uncomfortable. I think Lankern has to Icy Wind the Obama. The switch into the Altaria is a decision. That is one of the plays you could do. I don't think it's the correct play. But that is a play that you could do for sure. Definitely. He's going to go for the Moonblast. But I mean, this is debuffed, man. Oh, the alignment, and this doesn't KO. Dugong easy farms down. Dugong easy farms down. Or, I mean, you could just tap it, but yeah, I mean, you can also just farm down here and you're good. Yep, GG. Not recommended to bring Altaria into a Dugong unless you absolutely have to. Yo, Shadow for Alligator cooking? Let's go, Lankern. I just want to see Feraligatr do well, man, but the Europeans, they love Lantern so much. A rare non-Lantern from either opponent here. Ooh, Feraligatr into Abomasnow. It'll be Captai, Energy Ball to an Ice Beam. And we know the Ice Beam does quite a bit of damage. Why are we Hydroing? What? Why are we Hydroing on 6? That was 6, right? That is really not ideal. Like, when baiting here, you absolutely have to build up because this is open team sheets. Bitch Lasagna knows it's not a crunch. It's open team sheets, so he knows it's Ice Beam. When you have identical pacing and you win cap, I don't understand that play pattern there. Goes for the Energy Ball, calls the bait, gets KO'd, and now he's just on the back foot here. Yeah, this is just curtains. This is just curtains. This was very fine. He could have played that out in one swap, but didn't work out. Yeah, that was very unfortunate from Lankern. Just a couple really rough misplays compound in a game that looked very winnable at start. Just completely tilting out of his control. That's unfortunate. Honestly, calling the baits is a 50-50, that part, but just the not building up, making it easy for Bitch Lasagna to no shield. Like, you're just simplifying your opponent's decision making in a time when you should be trying to complicate it. Yo, what's up, Alexis? So the regionals do have, depending on the regional, typically a cost to enter, yes. But if you go to the Play Pokemon website, it should have a list of the different regionals based on where they are and registration and stuff like that. Oh, the catch on Abomasnow. But yeah, this is just a certified Poliwrath masterpiece. You're not shielding anything here. Like, the way you play in GBL versus Show 6 is just very different because there is no element of surprise. A lot of what I like to do in Go Battle League involves an element of surprise. Just making a hard meta read. Okay, we will take a look. Okay, Gligar into Abomasnow. This is fine for Gligar. Gligar wins the 0s and the 1s, so you don't have to switch out if you don't want to. Switches into Dugong. Answered with the Skeledirge. Oh! Bitch Lasagna making the read that the Poliwrath is good and back, but it's actually not. It's actually not. Gets the shield call right on the Shadow Ball. So, Bitch Lasagna making the read that it's a Poliwrath bait out. So, I think predicting Feraligatr in the back. But it's not. It's the Crest in the back. So, this is looking very favorable for Lankern. Icy Winds calls the bait because 1 doesn't KO. But he can just Drill Run here and just get the shield back. So, this is still very okay for Lankern. Lankern should just... This should be... I hesitate to call things unlosable, but this should basically be unlosable for Lankern at this point. You just don't shield. You go for an insane amount of energy on your Gligar, and then it's just a win. Oh, does he live the Incinerate? He does! He forces him to throw again! Oh, that's so big! Literally just farm down with Gligar, and then the game's over. Gligar's energy destroys everything. Gligar's energy destroys everything here. This is so good. I don't know why he's waiting there, when typically you want to just bring it in right away. And then you just... Oh! That is... No. That's a lose con right there. You can't do that. Why would you throw there? Because now you have no energy. Now you have no energy. Now you have no energy. A lose con disappeared because Lankern threw his energy, man. If he just shields and farms down, Bitch Lasagna's in a horrible spot. Gligar's energy goes everywhere, but he threw the energy, and now all that advantage that he save switched and debuffed for is gone. Throwing that energy there is a really unfortunate play, and it tilts the game back from an unlosable spot for Lankern, no matter what was in the back, to now Bitch Lasagna is back in this game. Going for a Grass Knot here. Grass Knot, I don't think it quite KOs. We do see the shield from Bitch Lasagna now. But yeah, he just has way too much energy. He threw away the crest. Shields up the energy ball. He has the Grass Knot. He doesn't throw the Grass Knot. Oh, man. I think if he threw the Grass Knot instantly, he could have won that. I think he could have won that. And it's regular Poly in the back. So, Bitch Lasagna has this one. Bitch Lasagna has this one. And he knows it. He knows it. Yeah. It's unfortunate for Lankern. I'm not familiar with him, but I've heard the name. And if I've heard the name, he's probably a pretty good battler. But some uncharacteristic misplays, which is really unfortunate. Because that was so, like... Bitch Lasagna doesn't have a Skarmory. His idea of a Gligar answer is this. And this is a poor Gligar answer if Gligar has energy. So that's a very good example of how a game where he could have leveraged his energy to just be in a completely one position. And this is just a good learning moment because we have some newer battlers in chat as well. In this instance, you can be like, well, I don't have to use a shield if I throw my Aerial Ace. But if he just farms down, and even if Bitch Lasagna makes a move and he shields, he has a ton of energy here. There's nothing that walls this energy on this team, and he's in a very good position. But throwing this energy, he loses the entire advantage that save switching that Dugong created for him. Honestly, he could have even no-shielded it because the Shadow Ball was -1 and still have been in a winning position. Because you have Aerial Aces, they go everywhere into his team, and he's just lost. But he throws the energy, and that's just the game. But it's a very good example of how that game should have been basically unlosable, but how misplays and not understanding the advantage you are generating. Because how I view games and how a lot of, yeah, and like everyone does make mistakes, but I think highlighting from, like, it's a lot harder to see mistakes in your own games, but explaining why a play is a mistake can help people watching kind of internalize that and take that into their own games and start to see it differently. Is I find that the games are best viewed in terms of advantages, right? So there's shield advantage, energy advantage, switch advantage, shield advantage, and it's trying to leverage those advantages into, like, switch advantage, you're not going to have every game. But if you don't have switch advantage, a lot of the time you're trying to leverage an energy advantage or a shield advantage so that even though you don't have switch, you can help overcome those bad matchups. And that's the instance of where he didn't have switch, but he could have got a massive energy advantage that would have flipped the game in his favor, but he threw the energy, and in doing so, put himself in a spot where, hold on, what is that person just dragging? Oh, okay, they are setting up chairs outside. Yeah, also could have stayed in with Gligar to Aerial Ace and force a shield. Yeah, and that happens. And we don't say, wow, this person is awful for making mistakes, because I make mistakes. Y'all see me, I throw games all the time. We all make mistakes. But talking about why a mistake happened and identifying what could have been done better is how we learn. And I think that is very important. I think that is very important, is analyzing mistakes and not being like, wow, this person sucks, because I make tons of mistakes. And chat will be like, Keg W, because it's objectively very funny when I make mistakes playing games. But it's trying to analyze how a mistake happened and how a better play could have led to a different outcome. All right, we have Odin versus Galaxica Bolton. Galaxica Bolton, by the way, his YouTube content is what actually taught me PvP. So to have him still be in the game and still competing, and he was a regional champion, is he doesn't upload very frequently anymore. But in like 2020, man, his YouTube content taught me what an ABB team was. I learned about ABB and that this game was more than just alignment because of Galaxica Bolton's YouTube videos, man. He doesn't post much anymore because he's very busy, but I owe this man so much in terms of teaching me the game. Lantern on the lead into a Zoomer. What a lead. And he has Cresselia in the back. He doesn't even need switch advantage. In comes Sableye. He just goes for the surf here because he'll be able to outpace by a turn. That's very good principle play. Helps a lot when I record my battles. I have an experience that I could go back and watch it. And yeah. And like that kind of thought process is super good for being able to improve. Charjabug will be very awkward here. Charjabug will be very awkward. He doesn't need switch. He is going to commit the shield. Does get baited with the foul play. And now the power gem can land. He throws instantly there, specifically to outpace the power gem. He wants the debuff, so he's willing to concede 2 turns instead of 1 to apply that debuff. Switch isn't super important for him, though. He would honestly rather give up switch in exchange for having a shield in this moment. Foul play will connect. Odin should be able to make a gem, and a gem will knock out here. A gem will knock out here. I have not Alexis, no. And now he just goes for farm on Lantern. Unfortunately, a foul play will be reached here. I don't think he gets the spark down. Oh, he does get the spark down. Does the spark down. Oh my goodness. He does get the spark down. Yeah, this is what Galax needed to win the game. Was he needed a shield advantage and he needed energy on the Lantern. The Lantern's not in Volt Switch plus X scissor range. So after 2 surfs, it'll be in Moonblast range. And then this should just be a... Oh, and an interesting switch here by Galaxica Bolton. So he is valuing preserving health on the Lantern more than the Cresselia. So two different approaches to how to win the same end game here. But that's the nice thing about Go Battle League is there often isn't a right way to do it. Like there can be multiple approaches that can still yield positive results. Because it is inherently not a linear game. Like at its most basic level, it's a linear game, but at a high level, it's more often than not, it's not. Landing Grass Knots. I really don't think he cares about this. Yeah, because this doesn't KO. Switch being up would be lovely for him. Switch isn't quite up though. He throws on alignment because that bubble won't go through. He could potentially do like, if a Volt Switch doesn't KO, he could do 1 and a switch, but he's just gonna switch instantly. Ooh, this will be very close. This will be very close. He throws on very good timing there because switch takes a turn. Because this doesn't knock out here. It does get charge of pretty low, but not low enough. Oh, this will be very close. I think he shields to get the spark through. Yes. Shielding here because it guarantees that the spark that sneaks goes through. And that's what he wants. Was he just wanted the spark damage through. Oh, this is going to be really close. He is checking out the X Scissor barely does not KO, and the spark that goes through takes the win. Nicely done. Nicely done. Game 1 to Galaxica Bolton. You see Shadow Sableye, Vigoroth, Azu, Skarm, Charja, Shadow Whiscash. And Cresselia, Altaria, Vigoroth, Lantern, Dugong, and Skeledirge. He is very good. He has very good, like, dissuaders of Whiscash usage. Like, Altaria, of course, is the big one, but even, I mean, Cresselia Cash can fight back, but it's still another thing that makes you second guess it. Ooh, Altaria lead into the Azumarill, not what he was hoping for. He ran ABA to it too. I mean, it is a soft ABA. He does need to bait out the Sableye. My recollection is that a Moonblast does not one-shot here, and you have such little fast move pressure that even a Moonblast landing is not catastrophic to you. He goes for a Grass Dot. Odin calls the bait. Oh, and you can see there from Galax, that is really rough. That's really rough. HP is a number. I would honestly prefer if they didn't, because the understanding of that dynamic is a skill, and I like that it is a skill. They already made it. Granted, this was a very long time ago, but it used to be once you got past a move, it didn't show you the second bar filling up, and then you just had to have that memorized as to where your energy was at. They changed that quite a while back. So Galax really fighting for switch advantage here. But he doesn't have anything amazing he can pivot into, and he's just shaking his head because he knows this is basically just a lost position at this point in the match. He needs a 3-turn. In this endgame, he needs a 3-turn head start to outpace the Charger, but even if he can outpace the Charger, it's still not winning for him. Like, a Power Gem is reached. This does way too much damage, and Dirge can't 1v2 in this endgame. Thank you so much, YouTube, for the going live notification. Oh my goodness. People like Shadow Sableye because it hits quite a bit harder in certain matchups. He switches out. That's 3 turns. It'll be cap tie. It'll be cap tie. Watch this, chat. It'll be cap tie. Cap tie! And like, Dirge can do a lot here, but Dirge cannot win this game for Galax Cobolton. Goes for Play Rough, because Play Rough does get the same type attack bonus, so Play Rough is going to be the better move to go for here. In a previous game when 2 shields were up, Ice Beam was the move, and he'll throw 1 Incinerate and his move. He's hoping that he can live the next bubble and then get damage registration error to get it, but he's shaking his head. He knows even if he does, this is game over. He lives the bubble, does not get damage registration error, and that's game because he cannot make it to a move. So game 2 goes to Odin there. Odin with the hard read, fully calling the team basically, and just saying, I'm going to run ABA strong to Dirge. And it made it very tough. All right, we're going to a game 3. We could potentially see, like, if we go back to Galax's team, like alt save switch Crescent back, but you would have to hard read no Azu, so maybe not that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Vig come out. Like, Vig isn't amazing into Azu, but you could honestly just save switch Vig to bait out the Azu, and then have like ults in the back. Could be an option. Because Vig is so neutrally good into Odin's team. Munchlax is in a bit of an awkward spot, to be honest. Like, its fast moves aren't bad, but it would really love a good nuke move, because Bulldoze is very underwhelming. It's a very poor move, and then Gunk Shot is too expensive for for either lick or tackle. So give Munchlax like a coverage move from a valuable typing. I'll be down. Yo, I would love just give Hawlucha Wing Attack and then just put it as a rank 20 GBL reward. That would be hype as hell. Altaria on the lead. Shadow Sableye. Okay. Oh, he ran hard. Well, actually not a hard ABA to Skarm. This is a decently soft ABA to Skarm. Switch advantage is everything here, and Galax should just be able to win switch advantage. He's thinking about it. Oh, he lets it go. The Power Gem's gonna land. And that's going to guarantee switch advantage. Oh, no. Tries to call it. But now Odin gets switch. He pivots Lantern, answered with Whiscash. Oh no, and it all goes wrong. Tries to call the bait. If he called the bait, then he could win twos easily. But he full sends the gem. Odin now in a completely one position where there's Skarmory in the back and there's Cresselia. So this is going to be, yeah, this is just going to be game over for Galaxico Bolton. It's going to be game over here. Yeah. So tough. He is trying to save his Lantern, but this is so bad. This is so bad. Yeah, just give Hawlucha Wing Attack back, please and thank you. It wouldn't even be that amazing because Gligar is so good. He does get the Spark down, but he's too low to even beat the Skarmory. But you can just send in the Sableye just to... Or does he send in Skarm and just shield? Sends in the Skarmory. Gets the Bolt off, but Odin just shields this. He lets it go? Hold on! Suddenly playable! He let it go! I think he was reading Dirge in the back. He let it go. Skarm firing off a move. Calls it. It's the Brave Bird. In comes the Sableye. Ooh, cap tie there. Cap tie there. Yo, what's up, Josh? He's got to be reading Dirge in the back. He's got to be reading Dirge in the back. The issue is you can't really ever undercharge this because Psycho Cut does nothing. So he's going to go for the Grass Knot. Grass Knot picks up the KO. And this is going to be very interesting. He Grass Knots. The thing is, Altaria still has a tiny little bit of health left. A tiny little bit of health left. He's trying to get there. Goes for a Grass Knot. It's double resisted. It doesn't KO, though. It's double resisted. This is going to be so close. This is actually going to be so close. Oh, my goodness. The Grass Knot does not KO. Staying in with the Cresselia. Cresselia gets farmed down. Does he have back-to-back moves? Can a DB snipe here? Can a DB snipe here? Sends in the Lantern. I think he is back-to-back, and that looks like more than 1 HP. Odin should have this with double Sky Attack. Odin should have this with double Sky Attack. In comes the Altaria, and Odin, by the narrowest of margins, takes the win there. Oh my goodness. What a close game. What a close game. Wow. What a close game there. It basically should have been over from the Power Gem landing. Galax did what he could, and Odin no-shielding the Bolt, incorrectly reading that Skarm would not have value, brought Galaxico Bolton back into the game. So Galaxico Bolton now moves to losers finals, which I believe take place tomorrow. So it is still day 2 for Galaxico Bolton. Odin will advance on winner's side of the bracket. Sanjudigo versus Hebe. I don't think we've seen anyone by that name battle yet, All-Star. But Sanjudigo. Hebe is the Giratina RPS team. And Sanjudigo, I remember, was the battler who just played really mechanically well. Future Sight Crest, Night Slash Annihilate, standard. And yeah, this is RPS God team. Which honestly, RPS God teams, as long as they have Giratina, I'm like, let's cook. If they don't have Giratina, I'm like, disgusting. But it has Giratina, so I love it. All right, very neutral, like type neutral lead here. Typically, Vig will throw on 6 here just to cap tie the Scald because you win cap and you can apply a lot of pressure onto the Cash. Cash shields going to Fish for the 50-50 debuff. Yo, I have a good one, Dan. Yeah, Alexis, it is nice that there is a great deal of respect between the competitors. Yeah, Munchlax would definitely need a update here. Save Switch Annihilate is so rough for Sanjudigo. Sends in the Lickitung. And he has Wiggles in back. Oh no. Oh no. Wiggles in the back chat. Uh-oh. Yeah, 2 shield Wiggles. This is yikes. Whip doesn't KO here. You can always no shield and make this Night Slash. He can shield and farm down if he wants to, but you can always just live that move. I haven't really met any snobby battlers, no. Because I don't compete at these regionals. If you're Hebe here, you straight Shadow Ball and then you just aggro switch Wiggles. You don't stay in. Aggro switch Wiggles. No aggro switch is a surprise to me. And then just sticking it out for a Night Slash. I think aggro switch Wiggles could have fed families there. Because you're able to... See, there's the aggro switch. Forces energy from Sen Judigo. I would have liked to see it a bit sooner. But... it still will very much do the job. Rebanks. Goes for a Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb doesn't knock out here, but the bait works. Gets the shield from Hebe. Normally people are pretty chill because at the end of the day, it's a deeply broken phone game that we're all playing. So normally people are pretty chill. The Scald lands, gets the debuff, gets farmed down, exits with a move, but he can cap tie with the Annihilate. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Nah, this is still just a win for Hebe here. This is still just a win. Yeah. That cap tie gave me copium because I forgot that Hebe's Annihilate was alive. And I was like, wait. So you're telling me there's a chance, but his ape was still alive because he didn't hard pivot instantly, but he eventually hard pivoted, which is what he had to do. Oh, linking it to Giratina. Oh, no. Save switch Scarm Lantern. Save switch Wigglytuff. Just slams and then just goes Cress. Yeah, slam into Cress play pattern should just be very consistent here. Yep. Because, I mean, he doesn't know it's Scarm in the back, but... Cress is the move because you can always, and then here, since it's debuffed, you just go double Grass Knot. Like, you need 2 moves to KO, so you may as well go double Grass Knot. But this play pattern is going to be a lot more consistent for him. Oh, he goes Future Sight. I don't like that play because this doesn't KO. And I think 2 Grass Knots would have KO'd. Yeah, I don't vibe with that play pattern. Because you're not getting this farm down before the disarming is reached. Yeah, you're forced to throw again, and that's why I don't like that play pattern. Y'all gotta respect the bulk of Wigglytuff, man. This motherfucker is thick as hell. Out comes the Skarmory, and he nods because he knows it is game over. He knows it's game over. Breaking the Skarmory's core. Feraligator's a really good one. Like, Pure Waters are very good at breaking it. Yep, and then you send in the Lantern. You don't have to shield a thing. They send in Giratina. And honestly, Hebe should just top left. Genuinely just top left. Genuinely just top left. Yeah, Jelly's also a very valid option. But Dugong, I mean, Skarm kind of beats Dugong. Like, you can't reliably switch Dugong into a Skarmory because you'll lose. And Shadow Cash puts up a hell of a fight. Puts up a hell of a fight. Yeah, this is just farm for days for San Judigo. Oh my goodness. You're good, Draco. They will be back from... Alright. Yo, what's up, Youngsuk? Welcome in. Alright, I have undone it, I think. YouTube mod tools are not quite what Twitch's are. I mean, YouTube is definitely the better platform in my view. That's why I'm here. Because the ability to have all content in one place and not have to cross-promote is beautiful. Oh, you don't have to apologize, man. You're fine. You're fine. All right. RPS got RPS'd. We move to game 3. Like, you'd hope for a neutral game 3, but Hebe is running such polarizing picks that it's very hard to have a non-RPS game. Okay, neutral. I would typically prefer to be the Gligar here, and I would prefer to bait. Giratinas love the shield here, bro. They get scared. Love that ace bait. Love that ace bait. Yeah, like the mono ghost moveset is easy to wall if you... And we get the shield, and that's why. Gyara's love the shield. But outside of Lickitung, if we take a look across these teams, Ghost is largely unresisted in the meta, and that's part of why he can get away with it, because it's very neutral into a lot of things. This entire game is neutral. He just goes to Ominous Wind here. If Sanjigo trusts his counts, he knows he doesn't have to shield this. Because Ominous Wind is a pretty shit move. If it's not boosting you, no boost. Well, it's neutral because the Lantern in the back dodged the Giratina. DRE? No DRE. We've pretty consistently seen no DRE so far today. He sends in cash. Good Scald there before a move is reached. We're playing in EU. We don't get DRE. Bro, I know they have the ability to make that shit consistent. I know they have the ability to make that shit consistent. They just don't. Hard pivot ape. All right, 50-50 chat. Who likes 50-50s? If Hebe gets debuffed, he loses the game instantly. If he doesn't, there's still a lot of play. Well, he let the Scald go, so he loses instantly. No debuff. I guess he was hard reading Cress with that no shield. Yo, what's up, Wesley? With that no shield, he must have been reading Crescent back. Tries to wait to see if he has the ball, but he doesn't have it. And San Judigo to day 2, chat. He's just going to let it go. He beat to day 2 as well, but just on the loser side of the bracket. Matt Beer versus Blondin. Matt Beer. Definite fan favorite here. Fellow streamer. And Blondin has one of the spicier teams with the Diggersby and the Trevenant, which haven't been seen in seasons. The Diggersby is Mudshot Scorching Hyper Beam, by the way. Altaria into Diggersby, and this is Mudshot. But here's the thing, Diggersby is so tanky that it probably wins the zeros straight beam. I would not doubt if it won the zeros. If it won the zero straight beam. Yep, just going straight beam. Matt getting the shield call. Matt saying, no, I'm not going to let that happen. Yo, what's up, Lagnetic? Hello. No shield by Blondin. He's saying, this is very okay. We see the Annihilate and the A-Slash in the back. He ran so... I mean, I guess it's technically not hard ABA because Diggersby is so bulky compared to Vigoroth that Diggersby actually fights back very, very well. Lands the beam. Gets a nice farm down. He'll bring an A-Slash here, and he's just going to stay in because he has Vigoroth for it. And then it'll be Sableye on the Ape in the endgame. Makes another move. Yeah, Blondin's never going to shield this ever. And Shadow Stabilize is also a lot better to 8 because you just do way more Shadow Claw damage. But look at the Shadow Claws right here. But here's the thing. As the Shadow, if a ball lands, you're done for. So this is... I mean, as Matt, shielding here is always the right call, even if it's a bait, because look how much damage he did with the Shadow Claws. I'm actually going to pause here and say, whether this is a bait or not, shielding this is the empirically correct play. And I'm going to explain why. And it's the fast move damage. Matt's win con in this game is the fast move damage. His charge attacks don't matter. So, whether this is a bait or not, even if it's a boost and a Night Slash, it's still worth shielding because the Shadow Claw damage is what's going to take this home for him. So this is always the correct shield call. Blondin's doing the right thing here by full sending because that's his win con. But Matt shields, and then Matt will never throw a charge attack here. Matt is just going to farm this down. The Night Slash will not KO, and this is just a game over. And once A Slash comes in, if you want to, you can throw charge attacks. But, yeah. This is just a win for Matt. But shielding there, like, you might think, oh, it's a 50-50. But in that instance, the Shadow Claws are too valuable to give up. They're too valuable to give up. All right, game 1 to Mr. Matt. Big sigh of relief there. Oh, went a little too far. All right, Shadow Save Lane to Altaria. We know this is not an amazing Matt. Like, in the 2s, Altaria is just going to farm you for sport. But as we saw, if a Power Gem lands, this gets awkward. And it looks like Sableye with a bait can win ones. So he's baiting here. Blondin, shield, seeing what a no-shielded Power Gem did to Galactica Bolden earlier. But now I think Matt can make a Power Gem here. Catches the Power Gem on Diggersby. Ooh, saves all that energy. Saves all that energy there. Sends in Altar. Oh, no, he didn't bring in. He didn't bring in the Vigoroth. He could have brought in the Vigoroth, but he's reading its A Slash. He's reading its A Slash. He's reading its A Slash. And now his Vigoroth is getting annihilated. He's reading its A Slash in the back, making the hard prediction because he brought A Slash game 1, but it's not back there. And now this is just instant curtains. The game is done. He doesn't get the beam, but who knows Mudshot beam counts. Whether he shields this or not, it's still a loss. He does shield the Scorching Sands. That's a feels bad moment. But he can just bring in with ult and force Captai there. Because he has so much energy on his ult here. And he knows this just Sky Attack. Sky Attack doesn't KO. So this is, in my view, a move that you're not shielding. Yeah, because you know it's just a Sky Attack. You're going for Moonblast, and then whether this is shielded or not, you hard pivot into Annihilate. Matt lets it go. And, I mean, Vigoroth is so neutral into everything, but not the Annihilate. And it's going to find the Annihilate. Farms it down. Show it to us. Oh, no. Annihilate's so good, but there's nothing it can do here. Imagine not knowing it's straight. Hold on. The little react thing is preventing me. It's straight 9 for the beam. Gotcha. Yo, what's up, Neon? What's going on? So just reading A Slash gets the boost as well. Good news is the boost wasn't game deciding. The game was already over. But that's the tough thing about trying to make these reads. Is if it was A Slash in the back and he brought in Vigoroth, he just loses. All right, Cress into the... Oh, man. Cress into the Lantern Ape Core. A Slash in the back, but he benched the Vigoroth. He's saying absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, we are winners finals of day number 1. So we have some winners games, and then we'll have some losers games after. Thunderbolt connects. Overfarming quite substantially. Surf will not knock out, though. Matt can look to double up or just farm to 11 Psycho Cuts and throw. He's going to wait a turn, make sure there's no catch. But yeah, there's Sableye, and he just brought his 3 counter resists. He just brought his 3 counter resists. He's like, you are not legally allowed to run Annihilate anymore. And I kind of respect it. He just said, absolutely not. Get this thing out of my face. Sends in the Annihilate. Also, switching Annihilate into a Sableye is pretty wild. But Matt just switches out here. Any one move doesn't KO, so he doesn't have to shield. So this is a great no shield by Matt. Understanding that... Hello, I should be done here shortly. Okay. And then I'll come join you. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, this is just winning for Sableye. He undercharges, so this might end in a situation where neither one wants to do any damage. And they're both just going to sit there. Okay. He limits to farm. Limits to farm. But yeah, Sable's just winning here. Just Sableye farm down, because every time A-Slash throws a move and it needs 3 ice punches, the Shadow Claw goes through. So Matt has this clinched. Matt has this clinched. Yeah, she is pretty awesome, Michael. She's pretty awesome. All right, big congratulations to Matt. Very exciting. Blondin will also go to day 2, but just on the loser side of things. All right, and we have Lurgan versus Bitch Lasagna. Okay. We know Lurgan from his Samurott destroying last chance qualifiers and many top cuts. And we have Bitch Lasagna with the Skeledirge. Taking a peek at the teams here. Yo, Annihilate is wicked here. Yeah, one of the things... Okay, Licky and a Dirge. Lurgan's energy is useless here, but this is overall a decent matchup for Lickitung. We see... Ooh, nowhere for the Lantern to run in the back. The backline slightly favor Bitch Lasagna here. They slightly favor Bitch Lasagna. And for those who may not know, you Power Whip here, because Power Whip is single resisted, whereas the Body Slam is double resisted, and a single resisted Power Whip is better damage per energy than the double resisted Body Slam. All right, going to fire off another Disarming Voice. Again, the no shield. Lurgan can still tank and Incinerate here, so he can tank this and farm all the way down. He trusts it, and he gets it. And now, this forces Bitch Lasagna to bring in the Charge-a-Bug, because he can't... Oh, he brings in Cash just to get Power Whipped? That's a crazy decision. That's a crazy decision. And lets it go? That does so much damage. Well, there went the win con. There went the win con. The win con is gone now. The win con disappeared. I'm very surprised at that play. Just completely throwing away the Whiscash. Which, if you look across the team sheet, Whiscash is pretty good. I guess reading Crest in the back. I guess he was reading Crest in the back, but... Double Slam? Yeah, like, maybe reading a Blind Slam, but this is just so free for Lurgan now. Yeah. So free for Lurgan. It's at this point in Go Battle League that I would have top left it, but... Even though they're allowed to top left, people don't top left on stage still. Yeah, he shields, but there's just... There's just not a coming back from this. Yeah, like Lurgan probably could have fought to try and win without revealing third, but I guess for him, he doesn't feel like that's an advantage he needs going into game number 2. Yeah, I think we're going to finish the winners finals, and then we're going to pause the rest for day 2 so I can go eat some dinner and hang out with my wife. So, throw it. No, because they use provided devices, so you're not allowed to throw the provided device. But yeah, very comfortable for Lurgan here. Very, very comfortable. Going for X scissor after X scissor, and Lurgan just does not care. Lurgan might go for bad manners dig here. We'll have to see. Because bitch lasagna is a little bit time wasting. And he is! He is! Okay. Okay. Lurgan saying, nah, you waste my time, get bad mannered. Get bad mannered. Oh, that's funny. Alright, Licky into Alt. Alt wins the 0 shield with double sky attack. Let's take a peek in the back. Lantern is really good for Lurgan, and so is Dirge. This should basically just be, like, if Lurgan doesn't shield on this lead, this should be game over, basically, on the spot. And he doesn't shield. Yeah, I just want them to give us a toggle. So if I want the backgrounds, I can have the backgrounds. That's beautiful counting by Lurgan. And if I don't want the backgrounds to play GBL, then I can just turn the backgrounds off and play GBL. Oh! He didn't throw his move! He just lets it go. I think he miscounted there. They're given, like, top-of-the-line iPhones. In comes the Wrath, pivots Glide, and this game's over. Yeah, this game's over. Wrap it up. We're done here. Alright, Lurgan with the 2-0. And you shield as the Gligar just because you know you can get more wing attacks and just continually outpace. Like, your damage output is being reduced by Icy Wind, but there's still value in the fact that he's not twitching, so you know that he's weak in the back. Waits the turn to avoid a catch. Very nice. And then, oh, he lives it on 1 HP. Lives it on 1 HP. And Lurgan has a choice to make this. He double shield. He does. He double shields. His clock will be up in a couple seconds. It's Dirge in the back. He is heavily debuffed. He's forced to go for the dig because his clock isn't up. I mean, Bitch Lasagna is not going to shield this. It's double debuffed, but... Oh, he shields the double debuff dig. Okay. I mean, well, realistically, the game was over either way. But... he's forced to throw. But yeah. Double debuff dig is... I mean, it's survivable, but there's still no winning this because Lurgan's backline just completely invalidated both the Wrath and the Dirge. So, we're done here. Lurgan over-farming. He could have thrown the Surf, but he didn't. Is he going to Thunderbolt this man? He might Thunderbolt this man, chat. Ah, he doesn't bolt him. He doesn't bolt him. No! The minute he overfarmed, I was like, bro is Thunderbolting. Bro is Thunderbolting. But he did not go for the BM Thunderbolt. All right, we have our winners of the bracket set for day number 2. Yay, Lurgan. All right, chat, thank you for hanging out today. I had a lot of fun. Hope y'all did as well. If you want to see a pretty banger recap of last week, I dropped a 35-minute banger today on, especially if you're a newer player, that showcases a player who in his second tournament ever had extremely good mechanical skill and was able to win only his second tournament ever. So, especially if you're a newer player or just a fan of really good game mechanics, it's a really good video to watch. Because, Mr. Whippy, like, this one will be up after. Like, this one, after it clears copyright for a couple days, will be up because I played non-copyright music. But most of the streams, I play copyright music, so then they get copyright struck. But, like, this stream, after it clears copyright, should be back up in a couple days. Yeah, so I'm going to post that video. If you haven't checked it out yet already, As I mentioned, a very good display of mechanical skill, and it's a full recap of last week's tournament. All right, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to go eat food. All right, bye.